Jake, for like the trillionth time in a row, because I just can't say it enough, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so you played us probably like, what was that, like 7 or 8 songs? Some new, some old, some from the record.
Yeah.
Any favorite in that set in particular?
I guess this is kind of typical, but I like the new ones a lot. I've written a lot of songs since that record that the other songs were on, and I'm excited to start playing them and do stuff with them. So, but I still like the old ones.
So, like, in terms of writing, is writing for Slaughter Beach Dog different than writing for your other projects?
It started out different. It started out as like a kind of a concept-y thing. And then once I got in the zone with that, I kind of found myself able to just write songs regular style, which I like. It's kind of more my thing. But I was kind of in a block whenever I first started writing the song, so that was why I tried it. But so now it's just kind of, I don't know, whatever comes out, and if it kind of feels more like this band, then that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like it. Like it gravitates through whatever feels right in a sense. We have a few questions from people who are out there on our bridge right now who sent me a bunch of messages. This one comes from Asia, who wants to know what inspired the name Slaughter Beach Dog. Slaughter Beach, comma, dog.
Yeah, the comma wasn't.
Yeah.
Very important.
So my parents live in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and I live in Philly. And when I drive home to visit my parents, I always pass this beach town called Slaughter Beach, and I was always like, dang, that's such a cool name for a place. I should name a band Slaughter Beach. And I like reserved the band camp and got the email address and all that stuff. But I didn't even have any songs at that point. I just wanted
the
so
name.
Cool.
Yeah.
I wanted to reserve it. And then a year or two later, when I started actually writing the songs, I Googled it to make sure nobody else had it. And of course, there was this band from Denmark or something that was called Slaughter Beach.
Are they a metal band? Because that sounds like a metal band that plays only surf rock.
They were an indie pop band.
Ah.
Bad.
You've looked them up, Russ.
They're not bad. I was just, I was peeved because I was so excited about the name. So I added dog on the end.
Oh, well, that's really cool. Sorry about that. Bit distracted. Another question we have comes from Justin, who wants to know, what is your bagel sandwich preference? And do you have a say in the pork roll versus Taylor ham controversy? Because we're clearly asking the hard-hitting stuff here. Or should these Jersey kids all just get along and eat it without question?
I actually don't eat pork roll or Taylor ham, but my friends talk about pork roll all the time.
It's important.
They never talk about Taylor ham, so I'm
No,
going to say...
because Taylor ham is trash.
Yeah. Taylor ham's trash. My sandwich of choice is just egg and cheese on a bagel.
Just
That's
egg
what
and
I always
cheese?
get.
Classic. Yeah, that is a
Do you
classic.
not-
Everything bagel.
Do you eat meat?
I don't eat red meat.
Oh, okay.
So
To be fair.
I eat like
Yeah.
chicken and stuff.
Beyond that.
Do you have a favorite a tour spot, like tour food? Like something that, like, no matter the state, like, you got to stop and get this.
Let's see. Taco Bus somewhere in California.
Taco Bus?
Yeah, it's like a bus that's open all night, and they have great tacos and burritos. And then there's this other place. Oh, in Jacksonville, Florida, there's Burrito Gallery. That's all burrito places. And then, In-N-Out in California, even though I don't really like In-N-Out, so I stopped doing that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a food guy.
Not a
I just-
foodie
I
per
just
se?
kind of eat to live.
Do you mean you don't run a food Instagram?
No, not at all. I don't even have an Instagram. But I don't know. Food's fine. I just kind of eat it so that I don't get grumpy and then
Yeah,
keep going.
or like starve to
Yeah,
death. Yeah,
exactly.
Purely for just, purpose
Yeah.
to survive.
Survival.
It's great for surviving.
Oh man, so what's that tour life like for you?
It's fine. It's not really my favorite thing in the world. With modern baseball, we kind of got dropped into it, and it was really exciting. Obviously, we got so many cool opportunities, but it took us a really long time to realize, like, maybe we're not all like super cut out for this, because it's really draining, and you're just out for so long, you don't see your family, and you're like crammed into small spaces, and you're always around people all the time. Just like definitely not.
It's a lot of like social work. It's it's exhausting, and you're never like can just turn off.
No, you can't just go in
Do
your
you
room and
guys
close the door.
you guys take a van or a bus typically?
We took a van for a while, and then our last 3 tours, we took this thing called a bandwagon, which is like a small bus. It's kind of like an RV with bunks in it.
Okay.
And then this last time we were in Europe, we did a bus for the first time for 1 week, and it was like the craziest thing in the universe.
Was it luxurious?
It was really funny because it was our first time having a bus, and there was some sort of error in the booking of it. So they ended up not like having a bus for us, but over there they have like different rules, and they make these double-decker buses that are crazy.
What?
But they emailed us 4 days before we were supposed to get, and they're like, "Hey, we're so sorry, we accidentally overbooked the buses. We're gonna have to give you a double-decker bus."
Oh my god.
So us and the Super Weeks and Thin Lips just hung out on it really hard and like ran up and down the stairs and watched movies, you know. So
Wait, that's
cool.
so much fun.
It's
How
fun.
many people like occupied that double-decker bus?
It's funny because there weren't that many people in our
Yeah.
crew. I think it houses 14 people, but we had 8 or 9, so we just had a bunch
Oh,
of
wow.
friends sleep over all the
Yeah.
time.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
That sounds fun, but it also sounds like you can have like your own little space.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
cool. So when there's more space, there's more options for you to like
Yeah.
go hide by
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. I think people take that for granted a lot of the times that like
Hiding by
Yeah.
yeah, just being
Yeah,
able
for
to like
sure.
I feel like people don't think about that when they hear about artists touring, but most time like
Right.
even like big artists still like they take a van, like they take a bus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you don't have all that rooms. Like there's no going to your room at night after like
Yeah.
a long day or like just to hang
Exactly.
out by yourself. Yeah. Oh man. Well, we're super happy to be here. Did you take a bus to get here?
No, I actually my girlfriend drove me in her car.
Oh.
It was chill. So it was a nice little drive.
Yeah, your
listening to music.
second week in a row here at Monmouth University. We were talking
Yeah.
about that earlier. Definitely
was,
appreciate that.
Oh, of course. It's fun to be here. Easy drive.
Yeah, you're turn up or transfer. So now you're
Yeah, yeah.
you're officially enrolled.
Oh
Where's
yeah.
my honorary degree?
There you go. We should do that. We should just start like I don't know if that's legal, but if we just give
Yeah.
out like fake
Oh, yeah.
bachelor's degrees like as
Whatever
for
it is.
radio guests.
That would be sick.
I'm gonna start doing. Who cares? I'm graduating. I'm gonna start doing that. See if
Yeah.
they catch me. Be like, just put it on your LinkedIn. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, there. For the
I mean,
kids.
Kanye West has like an honorary degree from.
Yeah.
Does-
God, he has a PhD technically
Oh.
that he didn't work for. They just one of those
Yeah.
honorary. I know
That's
this-
what I keep
yeah.
telling my grandma, because my grandma keeps really wanting me to go to grad school.
That's
and
so
I'm like,
funny.
don't worry, I'm gonna become a wildly successful musician, and I get as big as Kanye West, and then somebody's just gonna give me an honorary
Yes.
master's degree.
You know what? We will give you that honorary.
yeah.
It'll be like a
Nice.
master's. It'll be like a master's in communication, which
Yeah.
probably doesn't say much, but
That's what we're hoping.
I was gonna say, isn't that our major?
Yeah.
no, I know, but like let's be real.
Yeah, no, we get it. We get it.
Wait, so what does Grandma think about all this?
She's supportive. She's very supportive. It's just
Adorable.
the whole time that I was in college doing modern baseball, things were going well, and like my parents would be talking to their friends and be like, "Oh yeah, the band's doing this, this, and this, and it's so cool." And then my grandma would like peek around from over my mom's shoulder and be like, "But he's also finishing college." Very important. So she was an educator, so she's really into
Oh,
it.
that's awesome.
She rocks.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love like supportive little grandmas. Like,
Little grandmas.
I had a question, like more in terms of like your writing. So you were playing new songs, so that probably means you've been writing them recently. So is it like that you'll just come up with an idea and then you're like, oh, I got to write that down, or you take time and you're like, I'm gonna decide to write right now, then you take that time, or does it kind of just come to you?
Usually, sometimes I try to sit down and write, but usually if I do that, it doesn't work. Usually what'll happen is I'll either have an idea for like one line and then immediately sit down and start going, or I'll have the idea for a line on the subway or something and write it down for later. And then if I ever feel kind of in a creative mood, then I'll like sit down and pull up my list of like single cool things
Yeah.
and start working off that. So
That's nice. Yeah, I always wondered that if like things just come to people, or they're like, oh, I'm gonna like start writing right now. I
Yeah.
think it's different for everybody, probably.
it would be so cool if I could sit
If it
down
just
and be
worked like
I'm gonna
that.
write for
Yeah,
5
Yeah,
hours.
you wake up 9 a.m. or
Yeah.
coffee. All right, I gotta
Make a
sell it
record.
in 8 hours. Let's do
Yeah.
this thing. At the end of
Clock
the day,
in.
just polish off an EP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
so
because
cool.
that's exactly how creativity
Yeah.
works.
I mean, I guess I could do that, but it would just like it wouldn't be good. At
no,
all.
it'd be
Yeah.
so
It would
forced.
stink, so
You'd be like have to make a deadline.
know.
yeah.
I always wonder how that works with like with studio musicians and stuff, and like people who are like paid by labels.
They're like, you have to
Yeah.
have like this
Yeah.
many songs
by like the end of the
this.
week.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
Yeah.
you got a week and a half. Like, I need like 16 new pop singles for like
That's
this
probably when they're
demographic.
like, all right, I gotta sit down for 5 hours and write.
It's a weird
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah,
really
that's
interesting.
so wild. A question that we actually had earlier from Asia as well was, as a musician who is in like the industry side and you're like on the creative side, how do you believe like that like differs from like the business side? Like, how involved are you in your business, and do you have like any advice for people looking to get into it?
Into
Into like
one of
music,
those
yeah,
apps?
into like the industry.
Okay.
Yeah, both performative
Um,
and then like business.
Gosh, I don't really know. It's kind of funny because when I went to Drexel,
Mhm.
before I was ever involved in music, really, you could choose the tech side, and I majored in their music thingy. I majored in music industry, and there's a tech side, which is like recording, and a business side, which is like industry stuff.
Mhm.
And I picked the tech side because I was like, I just want to record. I don't want to be like a booking agent or anything like that. And then once I got more involved in music and the band started getting bigger, I started getting more exposed to all this stuff. And I was like, oh, wow, this is weird. I'm like seeing the inner workings of all this, but I didn't this isn't really my thing. But I don't really know. That's not helpful at all. But I don't know. I think it's important to, if you just remember that if you want to get into that side of the business, the way that it's going to be the most rewarding and the way that you're going to be the most successful is if you're doing it out of real, like a true care that you have for the artist that you're working with. Like, you have to believe in what they're doing, and you have to want them to be successful. And if you can end up making a career out of it, then that's awesome. But in the same way that you can't really make music if you don't care about it, I feel like from my perspective, you can't really be an agent or a manager or a record label owner if you don't, at the end of the day, the most important thing isn't caring about the artist that you're working with. So
Yeah,
yeah,
most
just find some
definitely.
bands you really like and then do whatever you can for them.
It's all about where that passion lies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. I remember I once worked at sales at a gym,
Whoa.
and that was, as the most unfit person on the planet who knows
Yeah.
nothing about physical fitness, and then I had to sell people gym memberships. I'm like, I lasted like maybe 7 months because like I needed the job, and I'm like, this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of applies to any industry, really. Like,
Totally.
do what you're passionate about,
You gotta
and
keep-
if it makes you money, that's super dope.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, I don't know, get another
Do
job.
something else.
too.
Just
I don't
get
know.
another
job.
I don't know, like get a 9 to 5 and then have a really tight hobby. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh
Not a
man.
bad life.
I have
That-
a question real quick. If I could just get this
Russ.
mic.
Our main man Russ
My
coming
name is
in.
Russ. So, Jake,
Mhm.
Jill is a twin.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm a twin. We're not twins together.
No. We're,
just
like
we're twins.
separately.
They are
You're a
not
twin.
related.
I mentioned that because I have a question about it.
Yeah.
What are the pros and cons of being a twin?
This is so
Take it away.
weird.
This is a great question.
I
That
have
is a
no
good
idea.
question.
Mine is pretty much, this thing rocks.
Yeah.
Mostly pros. Kind of just because of how my personality is, but I was like super shy as a kid. So I had a really hard time making friends. But what would happen is me and my sister were in school together, and she was like a total social butterfly, really friendly with everybody. And she would make all the friends. She would put in like the legwork to make friends. And then when they came and hang out, I would just be there at our house. Or if she went to do something with her friends, I would be like invited by circumstance because they all knew like, oh, that's Hannah's brother. And then eventually I'd become friends with them, without having to do the initial like, do you want to be friends?
Yeah.
'Cause I was
They
too
were
shy
just
in
like
the first
placed there
place.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went out because I got to get over my, whole shyness thing. And also we've always had a really great relationship. We never really picked on each other or anything, and we still talk all the time. So yeah, I'm a fan of twindom.
That's great.
Yeah.
It
Are
is.
you not so into it?
I have
Jill.
pros and cons. I have an
Yeah.
identical twin sister, so it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
people just get us wrong
That
all the
can be
time.
a concept.
Pros and cons, but you love your twin.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. It took me 6 months to tell the
Oh
difference
yeah,
between
I
you
don't think
guys.
we look that alike.
Actually, I can
It
see
really
the
depends.
differences.
Yeah, no.
She
now
was
I can
running
see the
around here
differences.
somewhere. I don't know.
I definitely
She
called
had
you
like
the wrong
braids
name.
in her hair. Yeah, Stephanie.
Just like send out like that telepathy, like
Yeah.
so she'll know.
telepathy. Oh yeah, we
Telepathy?
actually don't. We don't have that, unfortunately.
You don't? Do you have that twin telepathy? Can you feel your other twin?
We used to do this thing where, when we were younger, we'd go to church every Sunday because my mom was a minister, and we would always wake up. Our parents would come wake us up. We'd be in our different rooms, and then they'd be like, "Okay, it's time to go." and we would walk out of our rooms, and we would be wearing like the same color scheme outfit.
Oh,
so it
yeah.
looked like we were matching on purpose, but we weren't. And my sister would get so mad, and one of us would have to change.
That
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 so
happens in my
cute.
house too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
There you
She's
go.
always like, you have to change. We're wearing the same thing. I'm like, I understand, and I always
Yeah.
have to be the one to change though. So whatever. It's
Like-
okay.
it's like a different relationship. Oh, thanks. It's like a different relationship than any other kind, I think.
Yeah.
Because like growing up with a twin, they're there with you through all like your big life moments, like graduating high school, first day of school, getting your driver's license. So you could always go back and talk to somebody.
Exactly.
But,
You guys
and-
have somebody the same age.
Yeah, and it's awesome. But the one thing, sharing everything. I had sharing
Oh,
everything.
yeah, me
Probably
too.
like that. It's probably harder because you have a sister. I have a twin brother, so it's not too different.
Yeah, we didn't have to share so much because it was like
Sure.
I didn't
Yep.
want that much stuff that she had.
Yeah.
I want a twin.
That's-
I know, that's so
Everyone
cute.
always comes, like, people who are twins, people always come up to you, oh, I wish I had a twin. It's like, I don't know what it's like to not have a twin either.
Honestly,
so.
I'll be very honest. I'm an only child, and I am so spoiled by my Latin mother that it's like absolute. Like I've got no
Yeah.
complaints. I'm like almost 22, and I got my wisdom teeth taken out like a few weeks ago, and I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was
That's
lucky.
nice.
that was the
Yeah.
actual. Literally, I was just like
Relax.
on the couch for like 4 days, and
Yep.
my mom's like, "You want soup?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "I'll blow it." I'm like, "I'm an adult."
Oh,
I was like, I can. I was like, I can. I did my taxes. I can.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can
yeah.
handle this for the
I
most
did.
part.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, but twins, that's so awesome. I wish I
Yeah.
had like that
I
twin
really
telepathy.
want a twin.
I wish I had that twin telepathy with just like
I wish I
not
had
a
it
twin.
too.
Yes.
Just like
With your
random
homies.
people.
That's
Oh
really
man,
cool.
so we have about a couple more minutes. Do you have any Slaughter Beach Dog news that you want to spread out?
Let's see.
I know you mentioned that show in Philly on
that show in
the
Philly.
Friday the 28th.
Friday the 28th.
Yes.
Yep. It's at Boot and Saddle in
Boots and
Philadelphia.
Saddle.
We're gonna be putting out more music this year. We're gonna go on tour this year. Not a long tour.
No,
short tour.
no, not a long tour.
Yeah, we're gonna put out music. We're gonna go on tour. It'll all be happening like starting kind of at the end of the summer. But yeah, I'm excited. It'll be fun, and I've just been writing a lot of songs, so I'm trying to put them out in the universe.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just gifting us, really.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
I'm
If
over
you
here
have them.
looking at your guitar because I saw it last week as well,
Yeah.
and I love it. Where did you get your guitar?
I bought it at. You know what? I bought it at the Guitar Center in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Wow.
Most of my stuff. But
Good old
it's awesome.
Cherry
It's
Hill.
like shorter. It's a little bit smaller than
Yeah.
a normal size guitar. So I bought it specifically for traveling with because I always love bringing a guitar with me if I go somewhere to just like go off by myself and work on music. But the guitar that I have it was like a jumbo acoustic guitar, so it was even bigger than a
Yeah.
normal size guitar, and it was really annoying. But this one's nice and little, so
I love it.
thanks. I love it too.
Very cool.
Wow.
Um,
Super.
oh,
No, I'm sorry.
Sorry, no, I didn't want to interrupt
No,
you.
please. I am quite the talkative Nancy.
That's okay. I'm just truly interested because you've obviously traveled a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite place that you've traveled?
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Really?
Aw.
Sorry.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. That's my favorite place. in the
Home
world.
sweet home.
Australia is really cool.
I want to go.
You
to
just compared
Australia.
Philadelphia
Yeah.
to
Philadelphia,
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
That's why. Well, what's your favorite thing about Australia?
Everyone's way cooler than America. Not cooler, but just like way chiller. It's beautiful. The weather's great. You can go surfing.
You a surfer? You dabble?
Kind of. I've surfed a couple times on tour, like in Australia, and then we go to California. But I've only done it once at home. I'm not very good. I can like get up on the board sometimes.
I want to try surfing.
That's where I'm
That's
at.
more
It's
than like
super
I can do.
fun.
I have
Yeah.
And there's it kind of before you've done it, it seems like there's this huge learning curve or something, or all this stuff you do. But really, it's just like you get out there and you have the board, and the wave comes, and you're like, all right, I have to find some way to paddle a bunch and then stand up on this. And that's like pretty much it. So
Yeah, I actually have a surfboard of my own in like
Ooh.
my campus on like my campus. Yeah, I own the campus.
Your
my
apartment on
on
campus.
campus. I
That's
know.
it.
I'm still tired. It's gonna be a long day.
Yeah.
No, but I do have a surfboard in my apartment on campus, which is all like 2
Nice.
minutes away, and that thing has been catching dust all school year.
there's plenty of
I
places
know.
to surf in New Jersey.
I know. I have the wetsuit and I have everything that I need and stuff
Dude.
like that. So I'm just I gotta
You're
I
already
gotta get
halfway
out there.
there.
Honestly, like maybe tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe tonight.
Sneak off for a
Night
couple hours.
surf.
Yeah, but I'm afraid we're gonna have to wrap things up. Once again, Jake, thank you so much for
Thanks
being
for having
here.
me.
Truly, you are listening to WMCX 88.9 FM. This is our 24-hour music fest. This was Jake. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks for having me.